And just across the way at the Hollander Center and Crystal Arena on the Army men's basketball team. There'll be a handoff to Connors. Actually, no, fake the handoff to Connors, and Alderson Broadus not fooled at all. Swallowed up in the backfield. It was Willicke, Zachary Allison among the players there to swarm him. You see the fake handoff to Ryan Connors, but not anyone on that near side able to slow down Dylan Knight. He's listed as a running back on the roster for Alderson Broadus, but has played predominantly at the linebacker spot this year. And some movement before the snap to Willicke. We'll see who jumped first, and it looks like it'll be on the visitors. So encroachment offsides against the Battlers, and that will give Army a chunk of yards. And we'll bring up a 3rd down and 8. So 3rd down for the Black Knights. Ball just inside their own 45-yard line. Willicke looking to the sideline for a change in play. Reigning CSFL Offensive Player of the Week. Well, more than 2 minutes gone by. Willicke fakes the handoff to Connors. Throwing deep over the middle. Donovan Mannion open, and he couldn't hang on. Had him open at about the Alderson Broadus 20-yard line. Maybe let him just a bit too much. And Mannion sprawling out as far as he could, but could not make the play, and the Black Knights will be forced to punt on their opening possession. It was a well-designed play by the Black Knights. Mannion had beat his man down the field by at least a couple of yards, but could not make the diving play. Brandon Smiley was there on the coverage. It'll be Justin Fitzgerald, the backup quarterback, to punt it away for the Black Knights. Back to receive all the way down deep inside their own territory is Antonio Fowlks. And he'll be pushed out along the far sideline after a short gain. Looked to be Sebastian Russell, who ran him out on the special teams coverage. So here comes Tim Tillman Jr. and the Alderson Broadus University Battlers and their offense for the first time today. Alderson Broadus coming off a victory for the first time since their inaugural season in the CSFL, snapped a 14-game losing streak with a 23-13 win at home against fellow New York school St. Thomas Aquinas. So Tillman, the senior from Baltimore, is under center. Man with the sidecar to his right. One receiver alone to the near side. They'll pitch it out to the right side, and not much doing for the Battlers on first down. Short pickup on the ground for Isaiah Smith, the freshman from Somerco, West Virginia. Short pickup on first down. And he'll bring up 2nd down and short for the Battlers. Two receivers to the far side, one out wide to the near side. Tillman in shotgun, man to his left. There'll be another handoff up the middle, and into a swarm of black uniforms goes Isaiah Smith. Not much room, if any, to operate there on 2nd down. And the Black Knights will create a 3rd and long here on the Battlers' first possession. So it should be about 3rd down and maybe about 5 to go. Alderson Broadus needs to get to the 32-yard line. It'll be 3rd down from their own at 27. So about 3rd down and 5. Alderson Broadus in the road whites, Army in the home black jerseys here today. 3 receivers near side. Tillman drops back. The lefty throws over the middle, incomplete. Looking for Caden Sanders, no flag on the play. And excellent coverage by Brahim Swanson and the Black Knights. And Alderson Broadus goes 3 and out on their opening possession. So a quick 3 and out, a couple of runs, and then an incompletion over the middle. It'll be Dalton Dunkel, also a linebacker, back to punt it away for Alderson Broadus. Army back to receive, and this is a very short punt. Takes an Alderson Broadus roll into Army territory, but it'll be touchdown there by Dylan Knight at about the Army 46-yard line. So not the longest punt that we've seen from Dalton Dunkel. Punted 7 times last week in the win against St. Thomas Aquinas, and so Army will take over first down and 10 after the 27-yard punt. Black Knights drive stalled right around midfield last time out. Donovan Mannion just missed hauling in a long pass on third down. Willicke in shotgun as Mannion to his right. Back to pass goes Willicke. Steps up in the pocket, hit as he throws, hangs up in the air, and almost intercepted. There were 3 white jerseys in the vicinity, and Dunkel and Jomel Monpas could not call who was going to take that volley floater just on the other side of midfield. Pressure coming from the far end of the defensive line. Dunkel had it and ended up getting clotheslined by his teammate Monpas. And so the Black Knights catch a break on first down. Second down, the Battlers show blitz. Flag thrown. Willicke steps up, throws down the right sideline looking for Gerald Moore, and it's picked off. This time it is intercepted by Alderson Broadus, Alex Cha, but a flag is down, and it might have been a free play for the Black Knights. Mark West shouting at Gerald Moore, not happy with his contention on that pop fly pass down the near sideline. But we'll see, and it won't end up hurting the Black Knights as the Battlers are called for their second offside penalty of the first quarter. So no interception for the Battlers, and Army instead will have first down just on the other side of midfield. First play from positive territory today. Swings it out to the near side, finds his man. That is Cody Lomanak. And Lomanak out across the 35 for an Army West Point first down. Black Knights will have first down at 10 at the Battlers' 34-yard line. 2 receivers near, 2 receivers to the far side. They'll hand it off running left. That is Henry Beck. Beck's got some room out of the 25-20 inside the 15 and a late flag thrown. This might be a horse collar tackle against the Battlers. So after the penalty, Army will have first down and 10. Now all the way inside the 10-yard line. And the ball will, as a matter of fact, be spotted at about the 7 or 8 of Alderson Broadus. So Army's first red zone opportunity here today. Willicke hands it off to Beck, running left, same play, and he's tripped up from behind at about the 5-yard line. So a 2 or so yard gain for Henry Beck on his second carry of the afternoon. Beck ran for a touchdown last year in the win on the road in Philippi, West Virginia. Black Knights have been outstanding in the red zone this year. They have scored in all 14 of their red zone possessions. And looked to be, thought for a second there, another penalty. And indeed it is against Alderson Broadus, and that's going to advance the ball all the way down to the 2-yard line. So another penalty on this drive against the Navy and Gold. And the Black Knights knocking on the door of a touchdown. Power formation, 3 men in the backfield surrounding Willicke. Willicke, hand off to Beck, running right, trying to power his way through, leans the shoulders and is in for an Army West Point touchdown. Henry Beck punches it in from 2 yards out, and the Black Knights on their second drive of the afternoon take a 6-0 lead with 9:52 to go in the first quarter. Breaking out that formation from Jeff Munkin's West Point offense. And Beck just powering his way through. Barry Gittins out Avenue trying to slow him down. But Henry Beck able to get into the end zone. It'll be Lomanak to hold. Abercrombie for the extra point. And Ben's kick is up and good. So Army West Point traversing about half the field to get on the board. They have a 7-0 first quarter lead here with 9:52 remaining. Henry Beck with his third touchdown of the season. Only had 6 carries for 6 yards in the win last week. But the Black Knights have struck first and have an early 7-0 advantage. So Army able to capitalize on their second possession of the game. And it'll be Abercrombie to kick off for the Black Knights. Blake Baxter, sophomore from Maryland, back to receive for Alderson Broadus inside the 10-yard line. It'll be Ben Abercrombie to kick it away. And he'll let this one fly off his right foot. Baxter will take it from about the 8-yard line. Baxter trying to get up the middle, and he is swarmed and brought down. Mark Condi, a part of the convoy to wrap him up. And Alderson Broadus will have first down at their own 23-yard line. It was a quick 3-and-out for the Battlers on their opening possession of the game. An incomplete pass and a couple of runs up the middle from Isaiah Smith. So after the Army touchdown, it'll be Tillman and the Battlers in shotgun. 2 receivers to the near side. 1 man in the backfield, that is Smith. They will pitch it left to Smith, and he is brought down by a host of cadets. Brendan Windsor and Sebastian Russell, the 2 seniors there to wrap him up. A short gain on first down. Army's touchdown drive, by the way, officially 3 plays, 54 yards in 1 minute and 2 seconds to go in front by a touchdown. As we mentioned, Alderson Broadus coming off a 23-13 win last week against St. Thomas Aquinas. Mentioned snapping a 14-game losing streak, trying to come up with an answer offensively on this drive. Handoff to Smith, and again, hit a stone wall of black. Brendan Windsor and Michael Sullivan, the linebacker, there to create a lack of a hole. And the Black Knights will force third down and long. Broadus needs to get to about the 33-yard line. They'll have third down from about the 23. So third down and 10. About 8:30 to go here on the first quarter clock. 3 receivers out wide to the far side. Tillman, low snap, drops back under pressure, pass deflected, and is it caught? No. Incomplete, looking for the halfback Smith, spilling out of the backfield. Denisio and Sullivan were there on the coverage. Looked like that pass from Tillman was tipped. And almost still brought in by Isaiah Smith, able to readjust himself to the spinning football. Not spiraling, but sort of spinning end over end. So Alderson Broadus will punt it away for the second time. Their third 3-and-out in as many possessions, and Dunkel's punt nearly blocked. A low line drive kick that again will take a good battler roll into Army West Point territory, where it is finally touchdown by Keontae Green at about the 48-yard line. So Army's defense has been on the field for a grand total of 6 plays today and have given up just a whopping total of 8 yards. So Army's offense back out on the gridiron with 8:13 to go here in the first quarter, leading 7-0. Just their second home game of the year. Routed Cornell 72-0 in the season opener back in mid-September. Willicke in shotgun, takes the snap, pump fakes, throws deep down the right side, looking for Carson. Oh, and he makes the running grab out across the 30-yard line. The former basketball star turning on the Jets. A long pass play, the longest of the day for the Black Knights. And Army with first down deep inside Battler territory. Snuck behind the defensive backs again, and Carson able to make an outstanding catch, his third of the game. 22-yard gain on first down. 1st and 10 ball at the 30. Willicke takes the handoff, throwing right, finds his man. Pushed out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. That is Ben Deloitte. Out of the Woodlands, Texas. Made his first catch of the season last week. Picks up 5. It'll be 2nd down. Black Knights working quickly. No huddle offense. Belleville to Willicke's right. And they hand off to Belleville going left. And he is swarmed at about the 20-yard line. Should be close to the first down marker. Army, quite a plethora of halfbacks. A great tradition of running backs here in sprint football. And Mark West has a lot of different options to use at that position. 2 receivers bunch the far side. Willicke in shotgun, 3rd down and short for the Black Knights. Willicke hands it off to Belleville. Fake the pass left. Belleville running right out across the 20 for a first down. And wrapped up from behind just inside the 15. Gittins Ampadu and Knopp, Braden Knopp on the tackle as well for Alderson Broadus. But Army picks up the first down on the ground. A very balanced offensive effort from Army on the last 2 possessions. Some plays through the air, some through the ground. Willicke again in shotgun. Belleville in his sidecar to his right. Fakes the pass right. Looks, throws right this time. Able to get it to his man. Nice job at making a man miss is Deloitte. And that will set up first down and goal for the Black Knights at about the 5-yard line. So Army inside the red zone for the 2nd straight possession. Inside the 10 for the 2nd straight possession as well. As Deloitte tripped up by Gittins Ampadu before going out of bounds. Willicke rolling right on the shotgun. He's going to keep it to the 5, looking for the end zone. Did he get in? You bet. Able to grab a piece of the pylon. Touchdown, West Point. Michael Willicke able to find his way in, and Army West Point has a 13-0 first quarter lead. Looked like it might have been an option play there, maybe a little run-pass option. RPO there for Willicke, decided to keep it. And with 3 white uniforms in the vicinity, able to muscle himself past Monpas, the defensive back, into the end zone for an Army touchdown. It'll be Lomanak to hold, Abercrombie for the extra point. Abercrombie, senior from Arizona, and his extra point will spiral on through. So Army a 14-0 first quarter lead, still 5:52 to play here in this opening quarter. Army 6-play, 52-yard drive in 2 minutes and 21 seconds. So Army has been efficient and been able to score at will the last 2 drives. Last 2 possessions for Army, grand total 9 plays for 106 yards, scoring both touchdowns in a grand total of 3 minutes and 23 seconds. That's what this Black Knights offense can do. Last year on the road in West Virginia against Alderson Broadus, I promise this is not a misprint. A 54-0 win for Mark West's Black Knights on the road a year ago. Outscored the Battlers in that game by an alarming total of 416-15. Outgained Alderson Broadus by over 400 yards as a visitor last fall. Abercrombie to kick it off, spiraling end-over-end kick, fielded by Baxter at about the 8-yard line. Baxter trying to cut out to the left side. Nice run across the 25 and spun like a rag doll out of bounds at near the 30. Noah Cello on the stop out of the Delaware Military Academy. And the Battlers will have first down at 10. So a couple of nice returns for Blake Baxter today. As we mentioned, both teams playing here on the Michie Stadium turf. D1 football team on the road against Wake Forest today. Well, asking around, when was the last time Sprint football played here at Michie Stadium? And it's been long enough that no one really knows the definitive answer. I love this idea. I was first told about it a couple of weeks ago during Army's last home game here. The game against Georgia State last Saturday, as Tillman on a first down handoff into a mass of humanity. And right now, Army's defensive line just overwhelming the Battlers, as Isaiah Smith has had virtually nowhere to go since his first carry of the ball game. But it's great to see nice crowd on hand, still filing in here at Michie Stadium. Opportunity for these players. Not that Shea Stadium isn't a great place to play. Beautiful right on the Hudson River as well, just the other end of the campus. But obviously so much history inside these hallowed halls of Michie Stadium. Awesome to see not only Army but Alderson Broadus get a chance to play on this historic gridiron this afternoon. Tillman steps up, looking to find his man Barber, and that one a ground ball incomplete. Looked to be Luke Gelati on the coverage. All CSFL second team member a season ago. Not had much time to throw. Had Barber, but left that pass maybe a little bit too far to Barber's right. Gave Gelati a chance to make a play on the play. So it is third down for Alderson Broadus. Need to get to the 39-yard line. It's about 3rd and 9. Back to pass, quick screen, and nowhere to go. It looked like a nice play design, but Brendan Windsor and the Black Knights D-line read it gorgeously. Looked to be Denizio in there as well to make the stop, and Alderson Broadus will go 3 and out for their third first quarter possession. Tried to set up the screen. Sebastian Russell leaked in. But Windsor and Denizio immediately on Isaiah Smith. So quickly once again, Alderson Broadus will punt it away. With 4:15 remaining, almost blocked by Gelati. This is still the best punt, though, of the game for Dunkel. And it will take a left turn and roll out of bounds by the Army 43-yard line. It has been an impressive first quarter for Army after going 3 and out on their opening possession here this afternoon. Michael Willicke, talk about great traditions on this Army Sprint football team, a long history of great quarterbacks, including his head coach, retired Lieutenant Colonel Mark West, and a flag thrown before the snap. Might be an illegal motion against the Black Knights. It will be a false start. Illegal procedure against Army. So the Black Knights, a penalty. And that will be the second one against West Point so far this afternoon. Alderson Broadus has been called for 3 in this opening quarter. 4:09 to go here in the first. Willicke in shotgun, 2 receivers to either side, bunched near the line. Fakes the handoff to Connors. Has time, throws over the middle, and the ball is dropped. That is man open, Matthew Tilley over the middle. Could not hang on for the first catch of his collegiate career. Tilley playing in his first career game last weekend against Penn. So second down at 10. Connors to Willicke's left. They fake the handoff, throw it out left to Carson in space, and he's got nowhere to move. Wrapped up and thrown down. Looked to be Dalton Dunkel who made the stop. And Carson slowed down, going backwards there is Army. It'll be third down. Need to get to about the Alderson Broadus 47-yard line. It'll be third down and 14. 4 receivers set for the Black Knights. Willicke in shotgun. Connors motions out of the backfield right. Throws it deep down the left side. Got his man Carson. Did he stay in bounds? Yes, he did, says the back official. Outstanding play. That was all instincts and pre-snap communication. Willicke received that snap and immediately almost fired it down the left sideline right as Carson was beginning his route. And that is all teamwork and time spent during practice during the week to be able to make plays like that happen as Connors tries rolling right on the handoff and has nowhere to go, brought down in the backfield for a loss. And that is some second-nature communication between Willicke and Carson to be able to hook up on that third down play. So a 3-yard loss for Connors on first down. That was his first handoff today. And Army backed up to midfield to be second down and 13. Another bunch formation, 2 receivers on either side of the line. Connors will motion out left from the backfield, and the play is blown dead before Army could snap it. It'll be another false start against the Black Knights. So Army call it for their second illegal procedure of this drive. It'll be a second down and 18. Backed up at the 46 of the Black Knights. So some unforced errors from Army on this drive after cruising the TDs on their last 2 possessions. About 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Willicke fakes the handoff to Connors. Under pressure, tries to protect himself, but is brought down and sacked. Look to be Keontae Green and Jabari Gittins-Ampadu on the sack for Alderson Broadus. Green would be his first sack, third for Gittins-Ampadu. And now Army pushed all the way back to their own 38. We'll have third down and 26. Army was able to convert third and long earlier in this drive. Black Knights 2 of 3 on third down so far today. Connors in the backfield will motion out left. Willicke takes the snap, throwing it deep down the right sideline. One-on-one for Carson, incomplete. Messiah King was there on the coverage, tried another deep ball to the talented wideout Carson. Got the single coverage they were looking for, but Messiah King able to make the play. New York native out of North Rockland High School, Haverstraw native. A chance to play close to home, and Army will be forced to punt for the second time. Justin Fitzgerald, 37-yard punt on Army's first drive earlier today. And here a minute to go here in the first quarter. Fitzgerald back to punt it. Will let it fly, wobbling kick towards the near sideline. Falks will let it bounce, plays it on a hop, and is brought down across the 30-yard line. Wrapped up from behind, another special teams tackle for Marcondi. So, Alderson Broadus' defense creating a stop, but now they need their offense to kick in gear. Alderson Broadus so far today, they have run 9 plays and have only gained a whopping total of 9 yards. Have yet to pick up a first down. 5 carries for Isaiah Smith, 4 pass plays. So it's been a balanced offensive play sheet for Matt Perotti, Adam Rothstein, and the Battlers. 2 receivers set, 1 to either side. Tillman back to pass, throws left, and that one incomplete. Latarian Barber, the intended man on the play. Brahim Swanson, North Carolina native, to break it up. Barber from Front Royal, Virginia, had a trio of catches last week. Or rather, trio of catches last week. All 3 receptions on the season for him. So it'll be second down and 10. Tillman just 1 of 5 through the air in the opening quarter. Entered play today 4th in the league in passing yardage. Tillman fakes the handoff, throwing near side, gets it to Baxter. Second pass completed for him today. And Baxter near the first down marker, wrapped up Looked to be Michael Sullivan there on the play. It'll be 3rd and short for Alderson Broadus, trying to move the chains for the first time today. Alderson Broadus 8 of 44 on 3rd down, coming into play this afternoon. To get to the 41-yard line, ball spotted at the 38. 3rd down and 3. 3 receivers to the far side. Tillman in shotgun. Takes the snap, handoff up the middle, and not much room. Sebastian Russell made the hit on Willie Hopper Jr. And we'll see what Alderson Broadus decides to do. It's 4th down and short. About 4th and about 1.5 yards. Ball spotted just beyond the 38-yard line. And in a 2-touchdown game, we'll see what Alderson Broadus decides to do at the start of the 2nd quarter. 1 period under our belt here from Mikey Stadium. Army West Point 14, Alderson Broadus nothing. This is CSFL action here on ArmyWestPoint.com.
I'm a captain on the Army West Point football team. Tomorrow, I strive to lead winning teams.
Today, I study to excel in the classroom. Tomorrow, I can reach for the stars.
Today, I am leading cadets during summer training. Tomorrow, I will be ready to lead soldiers on the battlefield.
Today, I lead with character as the brigade commander. Tomorrow, my possibilities are endless.
West Point, where leaders are made.
A promise is a trust not to be broken. Whether spoken with an oath or sealed with a pinky, USAA started with a promise to take care of the military community. And 100 years later, that's still our mission. Always.
Back, start of the 2nd quarter. Fast trigger for Alderson Broadus out of the 2nd quarter clock as Dalton Dunkel and the Battlers did decide to punt it away. And the ball will sail out along the near sideline. Not a great punt from Dunkel as Army will start inside Alderson Broadus territory. So Army a 14-0 lead. Michael Willicke 8 of 13, 76 yards in the 1st quarter. But he was sacked a couple of times by the Battler defensive line. Willicke takes the snap, pitches it left for Henry Beck, and he's got nowhere to go. Alex Cha coming slicing in, and a late flag thrown at the very tail end of the play by one of the near officials. We've seen some more flags in the last couple of minutes towards the tail end of the 1st quarter. And a personal foul penalty will go against Alderson Broadus. Last thing that Matt Perotti was hoping to see on that 1st down play. So after the defense made an outstanding stop on Henry Beck, who gashed them on Army's first drive, has given Army an extra 15 yards, and they've got 1st down and 10 at about the 35-yard line. Willicke rolls out, throws, finds Ben Deloitte, tries to shake a man, rolls one over, and then brought down at about the 29. So about a 5-yard gain on 1st down for Army. Deloitte already with his 3rd reception today. Had just 1 in his career, or 1 on the season entering play today, 4 on his career entering this afternoon. Black Knights, when they've been moving well today offensively, they've been going quickly. will do the same here. Fakes the handoff to Beck, throws down the left side, and too much heat on it looking for Devin Brown. Brown had some space, but not enough touch on that pass from Willicke, and it sails incomplete. Minute gone by in the second quarter. Army with third down. Ball at the 29, need to get to the 24. Willicke, and this could give Army a first down as the play is blown dead. Willicke raising his hands in frustration. We'll see if this is a false start or a neutral zone infraction or something of the like against the Battlers. Officials discussing it right around the 35-yard line. And it will be encroachment offside on the defense. And that will likely and will indeed move the chains, creating an Army West Point first down. So the Black Knights picking up another first down, that the fifth penalty already today against Alderson Broadus. The Black Knights have capitalized on the mistake so far. Two receivers to the far side, two near side. Willicke in shotgun, Beck to his left. Plenty of time on the play clock. Willicke, quick pass out to the right side. And a short gain there out near the 20. Caleb Irwin on the catch. His first reception of the afternoon. And Army will have second down inside the red zone to the ABU 19-yard line. The second down and 5, Army picking up chunk yards on each play of this drive. Willicke rolling left off the snap, throws left, finds Deloitte, and he's out near the first down marker, and the 10-yard line will be first down and goal. Fourth catch for Deloitte, as many catches today as he had early in his career. And Army continuing to push the tempo. They've got first down and goal. Another four receivers set. Willicke hands it off to Beck, running left, cuts inside the 10 to the 5, bringing a tackler with them into the end zone. Touchdown, West Point. Henry Beck's second touchdown of the ball game, and Army opens up a 20-0 lead with 12:42 to go in the second quarter. Quite a few pass plays on that drive. Set up some open room for Beck on the counter running left. And able to get inside and brought Brandon Smiley with him into the end zone for a touchdown. So Henry Beck with the score. Sixth of his career, fourth of the season, as Ben Abercrombie's extra point spirals on home. So Army a touchdown drive to start the second quarter, and they have a 21-0 lead with 12:42 to remain in the first half. Another dominant drive for the black and gold. And Army outscored Alderson Broadus on the road last year 54-0. Already up 21-0 here early at home. Willicke threw for 3 touchdowns off the bench last year on the road. Donovan Mannion caught 3 touchdowns, 2 from J.C. Watson, the latter from Willicke. Justin Fitzgerald had a touchdown run. Beck ran in for a touchdown. Abercrombie had a field goal. Army even got a safety in that 54-0 rout. So Abercrombie will kick it away for Army as they now lead by 3 scores. It'll be a short kick received by Baxter at about the 12, and he will push himself out across the 30, brought down about the 31-yard line. Look to be Bryce DiGiancinto on the tackle for West Point on special teams. Alderson Broadus, just 12 plays today on their first 4 drives. That's 4 3-and-outs for a grand total of 16 yards. Army's outgained them 124-16 through the first 17 and a half minutes or so today. Tillman in shotgun. He'll pitch it on a jet sweep to the near side. Baxter making a few men miss. And then finally, Gelati says no more. He and Mason Goulet on the tackle. Will go down as a pass on the shovel to Baxter. And that's his second reception. And Alderson Broadus will have second down and about 7. Need to get to their own 41-yard line. Still looking for their first down of the day. Came into play. The Battlers averaging 11 points and about 155 yards of total offense per game. 4 receivers, 2 wide to either side. Tillman in shotgun. Got Hopper to his right. Low snap. Throwing left is Tillman. Making the catch is Caden Sanders. A flag thrown on the play. Might have been a face mask against the Black Knights trying to make the tackle. Be a couple yards shy of the first down. We'll see what the whistle is. And it is indeed a face mask, as we surmised, against the Black Knights. Just a little bit there, Brahim Swanson. Having a face mask. Easy call from the official. And Alderson Broadus now inside Army territory thanks to the 15-yard penalty. Inside West Point territory for the first time. That pass is dropped. They're going to rule it a backwards pass and a fumble. Gelati picks it up down the far sideline. He's in for 6. It looked like a screen pass. They ruled that the feed from Tillman went backwards. It was just lying on the canvas, and Gelati scooped it up and took it unabated all the way for a West Point TD. And the Black Knights take a 27-0 lead with 11:13 to go in the second quarter, and not much of any argument from the far sideline and the Battlers. Take a look back at that play, and the officials got it 100% right. That was a backwards pass to Hopper Jr., and Gelati did not hesitate an iota. And because of that, heads-up IQ play, and Army takes it in for 6. Abercrombie's extra point is fired on through, and Army a defensive touchdown to take a 28-0 second quarter lead after Alderson Broadus picked up what was their first down of the game thanks to an Army 15-yard face mask penalty on the very next snap. Army takes it the distance on an errant pass that went backwards out of the hands of Tim Tillman Jr. And Gelati gives Army a 28-0 lead with 11:13 to go in the second quarter. Gelati, his first fumble recovery of the year. The first touchdown, I do believe, of his career as well. Truly an outstanding heads-up play by Army on the mistimed pass between Tillman and Hopper. So Army will kick it off yet again. Right now, Mark West's crew doing it in pretty much every facet of the game. This is a line drive kick picked up off the turf by Baxter at the 10, and he's got nowhere to operate. Brought down inside the 20-yard line. A great idea on the kickoff from Abercrombie, a low line drive kick. Baxter had to play it on a couple of bounces, allowed Army's coverage team to get down there, and Alderson Broadus will have their worst field position of the day after that kickoff. They'll start their drive at about the 17-yard line. Baxter tried to find a little crevice. Was met by a smattering of black and gold. James Carswell making the special team stop out of Charleston, South Carolina. So Alderson Broadus first down at 10 with a man in motion. It'll be a false start against the Battlers. Another penalty against the white-clad visitors today. That is already the 7th against Alderson Broadus, and there is still 11 minutes remaining in the first half. The Army's offense and defense have been outstanding, but Alderson Broadus has also helped out their opponent with some unforced errors today with penalties. So it'll be first down and 10, or longer than 10, at about the 5-yard line. Back to pass. Tillman throwing over the middle. Got his man Falks. And that out past the original line of scrimmage. And out near the 15, 16-yard line. Second down for Alderson Broadus. So a rare good pass from the opposing offense this afternoon. It'll be second down, about 5 to go. Need to get to the 24, maybe 25-yard line. 4 receivers set. Tillman in shotgun. Makes the handoff to Smith, throws near side, and that one might have been deflected. Was looking for Falks, in the flat. And Michael Sullivan, the Alabama native, came off the near edge and may have put a paw on that pigskin. Prevent the first down reception. So it'll be third down, upcoming for Alderson Broadus. 0 for 4 on third downs so far this afternoon. Three receivers bunched to the near side. A lot of space, single man to the far side. Tillman, Smith to his left, drops back to pass. Throwing left, one-on-one coverage over the head of his intended receiver. Whipple was there, but a flag thrown from the far sideline, and this might be pass interference. And indeed it will. A pass interference penalty against the Black Knights as Trey Whipple called for the flag. Army has committed their fair share of penalties so far today as well. That is the 5th penalty they have been affixed to. And they've made some costly penalties, 5 penalties for 55 yards so far this afternoon. So Alderson Broadus picks up their second first down thanks to a penalty. And they'll have first down at their own 30-yard line. Broadus handoff to Smith, and Army was in the backfield right at the time Tillman handed it off. There was nothing for Isaiah Smith except to go backwards. Denizio. Among the cavalry in the backfield, Brendan Windsor was in there as well. It was Gelati who made the first initial presence. And then it was Windsor and Sullivan there to clean it up. So second down. And about 12 to go. Maybe 13 to get to the 41 and another whistle. And it'll be another false start and a penalty against Alderson Broadus. That is their 8th in the first 20 and a half minutes today. When you're averaging almost one penalty every 2 minutes, not to a great ratio, especially when you're trailing 28-0. So, ball now spotted at the 23. Be about second down and 18. 4 receivers set for Tillman and the Battlers. He drops back, throws over the middle, got his man. That is Blake Baxter. Swiped up by Sean Cuff. And a chunk play on second down creates third and a little more manageable. Still need to get to the 41-yard line. Got an 8-yard gain on the play. A nice job to wrap up there by Cuff. are back so they didn't get away. Jersey kid, Bergen County native from Pascack Valley High School. So 3rd down and about 8 to go. Inside 9 minutes remaining here in the first half. Tillman back to pass, 3 receivers left. He throws it deep down the left side, one-on-one coverage, incomplete. Looking for Falks. He had it in his hands, but Denizio able to get a paw in there at the last second and knock it away, and Alderson Broadus again unable to convert on 3rd down. Was not a bad pass there by Tillman. Ball was in the hands of his intended man, Falks. Really put it in a perfect spot between Denizio and Whipple. Really the only place that Falks can make a catch on that ball. But Denizio, with quick hands, able to break it up and force the incomplete pass. So it'll be another punt for Dunkel. Already his 5th today, averaging about 24 yards a punt so far this afternoon. And this one will sending end over end kick out towards the far sideline. And will go out of bounds. See where they mark it. It looks like Army will start first down at their own 45-yard line. So 5th punt of the day for Dalton Dunkel. And Michael Willicke and the Black Knight offense back out to work. Army already with 148 yards of total offense. Willicke fakes the pass left, ends up handing it off to Henry Beck. And he's spilled by Dylan Knight. It'll be a gain of about 4 there on first down. Actually, that was Belleville on the carry, not Henry Beck. The 2nd down upcoming for the Black Knights, and about 6 to go. Willicke again in shotgun, rolling left, throws left, finds Carson with some space, makes the first man miss, second man miss, third man is juked out of his shoes, and finally brought down at the Battler 40-yard line. Trey Carson, a former basketball standout, showing his skills on the gridiron this afternoon, his 6th catch. And Army with another first down. That is their 13th of the first half. Whoop, whoop, another whoop. A run that would make the great Chris Berman proud. Willicke looking to the near side, and the Black Knight sideline for instructions. 4 receivers bunched. Willicke takes the snap. Throwing left for Carson, another screenplay. Great block along the near side, out beyond the 30, and wrapped up just shy of the 25-yard line. It was a great block out on the near side by Matthew Tilley that helped create that space for Carson to operate. Talk about it with the D1 team and how great their wide receivers are in blocking. Well, Matthew Tilley's taking that same instruction. Army going quickly. Flings it out to the near side. Deloitte inside the 20. And it'll be a big chunk there on first down. A 2nd and about 2 to go from inside the 20. Another catch for Deloitte this afternoon as well. That's his 5th. Nearing about 6.5 to go until intermission. Willicke fakes the handoff, throwing left, got his man Tilley, awarded for his great block earlier in the drive, and he'll have first down and goal at about the 5-yard line. First career catch for Matthew Tilley. Native of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Played his first career game last weekend. Made a great block on the run earlier in the drive, and now a big catch to set up first down and goal. Army's run it in 3 times today on offense. Willicke, they hand it off to Belleville, running right, trying to get to the outside, and he will for a touchdown. A flag is thrown as Belleville crossed the end line. We'll see if the score stands. And it'll be holding against Army. And so the touchdown negated. It was a great effort by Belleville to get to that far outside. And maybe a hold by maybe the right tackle there, Zachary Shaver. But Army with their 6th first half penalty. And now first down and goal back out beyond their 10-yard line. Ball spotted at about the 13. Willicke in shotgun, looking left, has time, throws deep left corner of the end zone. Oh, what a diving catch for an Army touchdown! Unbelievable grab in the back left corner of the end zone, Cody Lomanak. What a way to make your first career touchdown catch. And Army has a 34-0 second quarter lead. Lomanak and Tilley out on the near side. And a beautifully strung pass there to find a diving Lomanak to the back corner of the end zone. First touchdown pass of the day for Willicke, his second total. Ran one in earlier. And Army's offense just cannot be stopped. Abercrombie for the extra point. And Lomanak, who caught the touchdown, will hold on the PAT. And Army takes a 35-0 second quarter lead with 6:03 to play until halftime. Willicke with his 5th touchdown pass in the last 2 weeks, his 9th of the season. And just an incredible diving headlong catch by Cody Lomanak in the end zone. His first career touchdown, the junior from Sylva, North Carolina. Had a series of major injuries in a car accident in high school. Some wondered if he'd play football again. Not only did he finish his high school career, making highlight-worthy plays here under the sunshine in West Point, New York. So it'll be Abercrombie to kick off as Army fervently out to a 5-touchdown lead. This is a low end-over-end kick. Alderson Broadus couldn't decide who would take it. And finally on the return, it is Brendan Dugan. And he'll be brought down just across the 30-yard line. Look to be George White making the stop on special teams. Just a collision there between the two players. Look to be Paul Sims also in the vicinity for a potential return as well. So Army on that last drive. 5 plays, 55 yards in 2 minutes and 22 seconds. 3 receivers out wide for the Battlers. Back to pass goes Tillman rolling left, and that one is caught. Letarian Barber, or actually no, they say that ball bounced. It'll be an incomplete pass. Barber could not keep that one from grazing off the turf. And it'll be second down at 10. Tillman just 6 of 14 through the air this afternoon, 35 yards. Army usually great at picking up sacks, do not have one today. Tillman has done a good job getting rid of the ball early, but hasn't had much room to operate in terms of open receivers. Baxter in motion, cuts back to his left. As they fake the handoff, throw left and wide. Baxter and Barber were both in the vicinity, sort of landed between the two of them. Might have been a miscommunication on the route, and it's third down. Alderson Broadus just 2 first downs today, all of them on penalties, and negative 11 total yards of offense with 5:43 to go in the first half. They are 0 of 5 on third down this afternoon. 3 receivers out wide to the far side. Back to pass Is Tillman, has time, throwing left, and it's incomplete. Gelati got a right hand in there intended for Caden Sanders. And 3 passes, 3 incompletions, and Army forces yet another 3 and out. Wasn't a bad idea by Tillman, but Gelati, who already has a defensive touchdown today, making a great read on the eyes of the quarterback. So it'll be another punt upcoming for Alderson Broadus. Made Deloitte back to receive. Will receive the ball at the 39 across the 45. And finally wrapped up by Parker Anderson right at about the West Point 45-yard line. So a nice return from Deloitte, who's had one of the better games of his young collegiate career. So, Army West Point, Michael Willicke and company back to work as they start the drive at the 47. Army has had great field position all day. Only twice have they started inside their own possession, and they're, I believe, inside their own territory. Willicke rolling left, throws over the middle, got Lomanak. He is hit hard out across the 45-yard line of Alderson Broadus. Braden Knopp making the tackle, and Lomanak is worse for wear as a result. That was a violent hit over the middle by Braden Knopp, who also works and the Battlers. And Lomanak not putting a whole lot of movement on that left arm. Staggered, getting back up on his feet, favoring the left side. Talking with the training staff, hopefully everything okay. Lomanak with that amazing catch for a touchdown to cap the last drive. So Army with 2nd down and 1. Just inside the Battler 45-yard line at the 44. 4 receivers. Willicke in shotgun, fakes the handoff to Connors. Willicke throws over the middle, got another man. That time he hooks up with Devin Brown. His first catch of the afternoon, 2nd time he's been targeted. Manville, Texas native, did not have a catch last week. And Army has another first down. That is their 16th of the first half. Another first down for Army. Handoff to Connors, running left, able to get past one tackler and push himself beyond the 30-yard line for a short gain. Strong run by Ryan Connors for positive yardage to turn a nothing play into something. Connors, just his 2nd carry so far this afternoon. 2nd down for Army, need to get to the 21. Ball spotted at about the 28. So 2nd down and 7. Willicke, another handoff up the middle. Connors churning forward across the 25. Down out near the 23. It'll be 3rd down and short for Army after the 5-yard chunk. Army in no rush. Still plenty of time before halftime. 3.5 minutes remaining before intermission. Willicke in shotgun again. Once more, 2 receivers bunched either side of the line. Carson sneaks in a little closer to the line of scrimmage. Fake the handoff to Connors. Rolling left, got his man. It looks to be Lomanak who is back in there. And Lomanak very close to the first down marker. And he will indeed have an Army West Point first down. So great to see Lomanak quickly back on the gridiron for the Black Knights. His 3rd catch of the afternoon, and Army moving the chains yet again. Army 4 of 6 on 3rd down in the first half. Fake handoff to Connors. Willicke, time, throwing left. Carson able to stay in bounds. Made a man miss. They thought he ran out, and they did mark him out at the last second at the 6-yard line. Thought for a second Carson was able to pull off the high wire act. Instead, it'll be first down and goal for the Black Knights. Another catch for Trey Carson. Has been everywhere in this first half. 8 catches for 88 yards. Army looking out to their near sideline. 2.5 remaining until intermission. Power formation, 3 men in the backfield surrounding Willicke. They hand it off up the middle for Beck, and he will push the pile forward inside the 5. Be second and goal from either the 4 or 3 yard line. So Army trying to power it in one more time. 2 minutes remaining left in the half. Army trying to run as much clock as they can. Both teams have a full assortment of timeouts. Willicke, handoff up the middle. Beck again spinning and will be spun down just shy of the goal line. Look to be Smiley on the tackle for Alderson Broadus. So 3rd down and goal for Army, just inside the 3-yard line. Black Knights have already converted a 3rd down on this drive. Again, 3-man backfield. Connors, Belleville, and Beck, the 3 main backs all surrounding Willicke. They hand it off to Beck. He will power himself forward. Did he get to the goal line? No. They're going to mark him about a half-yard shy of the end zone. And now a decision for Mark West and the Black Knights. A minute to go in the half. Up by 35. Do you take the points or try and power it through into the end zone? And it looks to be the latter among the choices for Army. We'll run the same formation. 45 seconds left until the break. Willicke has a rushing touchdown today. Henry Beck already has a pair. Willicke takes the snap. Beck up the middle, unabated for 6. 3rd rushing touchdown of the first half for Henry Beck, and Army's taken a 41-0 lead with 37 seconds to go in the second quarter. 3rd touchdown of the game for Beck, his 5th of the year, 7th of his career. And Army, another impressive scoring drive, and especially with the way they blocked on 4th down and goal. Abercrombie for the extra point. Been a perfect 5 for 5 this afternoon. And the younger brother of former Sprint and D1 kicker John Abercrombie powers it on home to make it a 42-0 Army lead. That last drive for the Black Knights, longest of the game for either side, 10 plays, 53 yards, 4 minutes and 49 seconds, capped off with the Beck touchdown run. Army has outgained Alderson Broadus 264 to -11 in this first half. Army 193 yards through the air, 71 on the ground. And the defense has been superb. I'm sure Mark West not happy with the 6 first half penalties. Well, when you're up 42-0 through 29.5 minutes, you're really going to be grasping for straws to find something wrong with your team's performance. It'll be Abercrombie to kick it off. We'll see what Alderson Broadus does with the football here. Do they just sit on it or try and move it before the half? Another miscommunication as Baxter looked like he was ready to receive the kick. And then I believe it was Jamal Sims who backed up into him to try and receive it, and indeed it was. And Alderson Broadus will start inside their 20 at the 19-yard line. Second time there's been a collision or near collision for the Battler return men on these last few kickoffs to the Black Knights. So 32 seconds to go until halftime. We will see what Matt Perotti and company decide to do? Will they try and throw the ball, or will they just run it and send it to halftime? Come out, two receivers wide to the far side. Man in motion across the formation, that is Baxter. It'll be a low snap, pitched right for Hopper, and he is wrapped up in the backfield. Sullivan there alongside Ryan Rast, reigning Defensive Player of the Week in the CSFL. No gain, maybe a loss of a yard on the play there. And it certainly feels like Alderson Broadus is content to sit with this score and take it into the locker room for halftime. Army West Point has dominated every facet of this ball game. They have five offensive touchdowns, a defensive scoop and score from Luke Gelati, and it all adds up to a 42-0 lead for the Cadets at the break. We'll step aside for a moment. Army 42, Alderson Broadus nothing. You're watching CSFL football here on GoArmyWestPoint.com and YouTube.
A promise is a trust not to be broken. Whether spoken with an oath
Do solemnly swear.
It's your first day. You know I got your back, right?
or sealed with a pinky. In 1922, a group of soldiers launched USAA with a promise to take care of their own. And after 100 years, we're still taking care of the military community. That's our mission. Always.
Attention veterans. You can shop tax-free for life. Come home to your military exchanges for tax-free shopping, exclusive pricing, and free shipping options. 100% of earnings go back to military communities, keeping today's military ready and resilient. You served. You sacrificed. You earned this benefit. Visit shopmyexchange.com/vets to shop and save today.
Today, I'm a captain on the Army West Point football team. Tomorrow, I strive to lead winning teams.
Today, I study to excel in the classroom. Tomorrow, I can reach for the stars.
Today, I am leading cadets during summer training. Tomorrow, I will be ready to lead soldiers on the battlefield.
Today, I lead with character as the brigade commander. Tomorrow, my possibilities are endless.
West Point, where leaders are made.
Back here at Mikey Stadium, halftime here at Blake Field and Mikey Stadium. Army West Point leading Alderson Broadus at intermission 42-0. Justin Rock with you here on the Army Sports Network. Army West Point, an overwhelming first 30 minutes of action here under the sunshine. They haven't played here at Mikey Stadium Army Sprint football in quite a number of years, but they have shown no sign of rust in this facility as the Black Knights overwhelming, as we said, the Battlers over the course of the first 30 minutes. A 42-0 lead. Army, most of the scoring on the ground, 4 rushing touchdowns, a passing TD from Willicke to Lomanak, 3 running scores for Henry Beck. Willicke has run one in as well, and then Luke Gelati had a fumble return for a touchdown on an errant backwards pass by Alderson Broadus during the first half today. As Army just in cruise control at the moment. You look at the first half stats for the Black Knights, 18 first downs to Alderson Broadus's just 2. Army 71 rushing yards, 193 through the air. They are outgaining Alderson Broadus 264 to -12 so far in the first half. And you see Henry Beck has been a huge part of what Army has been able to do. He has run for 3 touchdowns in the first half. Willicke has also moved the ball well through the air. He and Trey Carson have hooked up quite a bit. Carson leading all players today, 8 carries, 88 yards for the Black Knights. Scott Belleville has been a part of the 3-man backfield between Ryan Connors and the aforementioned Henry Beck. Ben Deloitte has had a real nice first half for West Point. 4 catches, 27 yards. And Willicke has done a little bit of everything. Has run in for a score. In addition, 19 of 25 through the air for a touchdown in the first half. Blake Baxter and Alderson Broadus haven't had much room to operate on the offensive side of the ball. Baxter's had some good returns, has made a couple of plays on offense, but a lot of times it's been looking like that. Dioniso and Windsor making plays there. You see Carson, incredible catch. Made a couple of real nice plays along either sideline in the first half. And then Henry Beck has found some holes. First half for him, 8 carries, 61 yards, and 3 scores. And that was the backward pass that Gelati was able to scoop and score with. Had a great convoy, Sebastian Russell and Michael Sullivan alongside him, guiding him into the end zone. That made it a 28-0 game at the time. And it was Willicke hooking up with Cody Lomanak. Look at this incredible diving catch to the back far pylon in the end zone. And then right before halftime, 4th and goal, Henry Beck able to slam it in as Army a 42-0 advantage so far at halftime. Alderson Broadus, they've run for -47 yards in the first half. They have -12 yards of offense. Penalties have been a big story so far. Alderson Broadus has been called for 8 for 50 yards. Army 6 for 63. But the Black Knights 5 of 5 scoring inside the red zone and have a 6-touchdown lead here at the break. We'll step aside for another moment here from Michie Stadium. Second half coming up in just a matter of moments. Army 42, Alderson Broadus nothing. This is Army West Point Sprint Football here on GoArmyWestPoint.com and YouTube.
Attention veterans. You can shop tax-free for life. Come home to your military exchanges for tax-free shopping, exclusive pricing, and free shipping options. 100% of earnings go back to military communities, keeping today's military ready and resilient. You served. You sacrificed. You earned this benefit. Visit shopmyexchange.com/vets to shop and save today.
Here you go.
My treat. I just got this super rewarding PenFed credit card.
But you're not in the military.
Everyone's eligible to join. And you get rewards for every purchase.
Everything?
Mm-hmm.
Groceries?
Yep.
Gas?
Yep.
Restaurants?
Every single purchase.
Even dessert?
Here comes trouble. The Flamingo Fiesta.
Experience the power of cash rewards with up to 2% back on every purchase.
Oh, no pictures.
Whether you're in uniform or not.
A promise is a trust not to be broken. Whether spoken with an oath.
Do you solemnly swear? It's your first day. You know I got your back, right?
Or seal with a pinky. In 1922, a group of soldiers launched USAA with a promise to take care of their own. And after 100 years, we're still taking care of the military community. That's our mission. Always.
Back here at Stadium, second half coming up in just a matter of moments. Army a 42-0 lead over Alderson Broadus. At quick look at the halftime stats so far are 18 first downs to Alderson Broadus's grand total of 2 so far in this match. Army 70 yards, Alderson Broadus negative 47 on 9 in the first half. Part of that coming on the pass fumble. Army 193 passing yards, Alderson Broadus 35 yards through the air. Alderson Broadus 25 total offensive plays. 20 plays for negative 12 yards. Negative 12 yards in the first half. Army 42 plays, 264 yards of offense in the game. Alderson Broadus forced to punt 6 times. Army just twice in the first half. Penalties have been an issue. 8 penalties, 50 yards for Alderson Broadus. Army 6 for 63. Black Knights about 7 minutes more in terms of time of possession. Black Knights 3 of 6 on third down, 1 of 1 on fourth down, while Alderson Broadus 0 of 6 down so far this afternoon. They have not attempted a on fourth. Michael Willicke doing a nice job for Army. 19 of 25 through 193 yards and a touchdown. Has also run one in to one as well. Henry Beck 8 carries, 61 yards and 3 scores. Carson 8 catches for 88 yards. Ben Deloitte already a career high 4 receptions, 7 yards. Cody Lomanak his first career rush or receiving touchdown. Black Knights Tim Tillman 6 of 16 for the Battlers for 35 yards. Blake Baxter, their leading receiver, 3 catches for 19 yards. So in the first half defensively, Luke Gelati leading the Black Knights, and Brendan Wynn tackles apiece. Gelati with a tackle for loss, while for Alderson Broadus, it is Jabari Gittins and Zachary Allison leading the way, 4 tackles apiece. Allison has half. Gittins Ampadu has 1 tackle for loss so far this ball game. Army after this one will stay in the area. They will not be at home next week, but here in New York State they'll be on the road against St. Thomas Aquinas coming up 7 o'clock next Friday night here in New York. As for Alderson Broadus, their next matchup coming up from today, they'll be on the road against Mansfield starting at 4 o'clock. We'll step aside for another moment. When we come back, the second half kickoff. It'll be kicking off to Alderson Broadus. Black Knights have a 42-0 lead, looking to continue their shutout performances here at home. Don't go anywhere. Your CSFL football on GoArmyWestPoint.com and YouTube.
Attention veterans. You can shop tax-free for life. Come home to your military exchanges for tax-free shopping, exclusive pricing, and free shipping options. 100% of earnings go back to military communities, keeping today's military ready and resilient. You served. You sacrificed. You earned this benefit. Visit shopmyexchange.com/vets to shop and save today.
Here you go. My treat. I just got this super rewarding PenFed credit card.
But you're not in the military.
Everyone's eligible to join. And you get rewards for every purchase.
Everything?
Mm-hmm.
Groceries?
Yep.
Gas?
Yep.
Restaurants?
Every single purchase.
Even dessert?
Here comes trouble. The Flamingo Fiesta.
Experience the power of cash rewards with up to 2% back on every purchase.
Oh, no pictures.
Whether you're in uniform or not.
A promise is a trust not to be broken. Whether spoken with an oath
Do you solemnly swear? It's your first day. You know I got your back, right?
or sealed with a pinky. In 1922, a group of soldiers launched USAA with a promise to take care of their own. And after 100 years, we're still taking care of the military community. That's our mission. Always.
Second half underway. Justin Rock with you here from Mikey Stadium. Sprint football tour with the D1 team on the road here today. They'll take on West tonight at 7 o'clock on the ACC network. Army controlling CSFL action 42-0. They defeated Courtney 2-0 in their home opener back in mid-September. So for those math like myself, that is 134-0 here in confines so far this season. Army came in averaging about 445 yards of total offense and just about 144 yards of total offense on the defense. So they've been outgaining their opponents by about 300 yards and nearly did that at first half, outgained their opponent by about 250. Alderson Broadus won the opening coin toss, elected to defer to the second half, so Abercrombie away for the Black Knights. And he will let it fly off that right foot. The Baxter to receive from about the 10-yard line out across the 20 and brought down at about the 25-yard line, and that is where the Battlers will start their 5 of the second half. I mentioned their struggles, 25 plays for negative 12 yards total in that game last. Alderson Broadus gained just a grand total of 15 offense. Tim Tillman Jr. will stay under center for the Battlers to start the second half. Two receivers to the near side, rather to the one to the near side. And they'll hand it off to Smith, spinning, and then is hit by a stone wall. Raheem Swanson coming in from the far. Not much room for Isaiah Smith. At 15 carries, 97 yards last week. Today, 7 for just 10 yards. Team's leading rusher. Tim Tillman's had a real nice career, mass communications at Randallstown High School. This is just the third year of Otis's program history. And after the first down play, Karate is going to use the game's first charged timeout. So a timeout taken by the Battlers. Have 2 remaining in the second half. Mentioned Alderson Broadus will stay on the road next week. We'll take on field next Saturday at 4 o'clock. Then they will return back home for the final of the regular season. We'll play Navy on October the 20th. Chestnut Hill will close it up on November the 5th. Army on the other side have just one more road game the rest of the regular season. That is next week against St. Aquinas before playing Mansfield and Caldwell here at home for the final 3 weeks of the year. So about 45 seconds in the second half. Alderson Broadus out of the timeout. It is Tillman up the middle, Hopper, and he is hit by Gelati. Has nowhere to go up third down. Gelati, such a linebacker. Another familial effort here at West Point. His older brother Jake, class of 2000 here at the Military Academy. West Point was a running back from here, was all CSFL first team back in 2007. Receiver set for the Battlers. They have third down. Need to get to about the 35 for a first. Rolling left, Tillman throws over the middle, and there was nobody within 5 yards. Had to get second down play. They'll pick up a first down with a 15-yard late hit penalty. Brown rolling right. Nice diving catch by Gerald Moore. No, they say it bounced. Thought Moore got his hands underneath it. Take another look back at that play. Another flag thrown. This time a whistle against the Black Knights. So that'll back Army back. And another flag. At least it looked like there was for a second. No, it was just an official picking up the flag. So Army with first down and 20 now. As Brown keeps it on the ground. QB keeper trying to keep those legs churning forward. And he'll be brought down after a gain of 6 or so. It'll be second down upcoming for the Black Knights. Brown on the ground today, 5 carries for about 37 yards. 3:20 to go here in the third. Bruning staying in the backfield for Army. Brown rolling out right on the snap. Going to keep it himself, looking to pick up any sort of yardage. And run out of bounds shy of the 45, about the 44-yard line. So just beyond the original line of scrimmage, should be third down and 9. Army 3 of 6 on third downs so far this afternoon. Alderson Broadus has not forced a punt since very early in the game. Army held scoreless on just 2 drives so far today. Back to pass is Brown with time, throwing left, looking for Kobe Simeon, and a miscommunication. Simeon was going one way, pass leaked out a little bit further than where the route was. Christopher Ashton Bryant there on the coverage, and for just the third time today, the Black Knights will be forced to punt, first time in the second half. First Army punt since the first quarter. They punted twice in the first, and since then, 6 straight touchdowns, including the fumble recovery. Justin Fitzgerald, normally the backup quarterback, will punt it away today. This one a high end-over-end kick, bouncing at about the 34, and will come to a halt at Alderson Broadus 33. Mark Condi will touch it down, and the Bull take over after forcing a punt with 2:16 to go in the third. Army 56-0 here on the Saturday afternoon. His next home game, October 21st, 2 weeks from yesterday, against Mansfield over at Shea State, on the far end of the campus at 7 o'clock. Gardiner back under center for Alderson Broadus. Has been, for the most of the second half, an option play. Pitches it out left to Hopper, and he is wrapped up by black and gold uniforms. Weber, Carsey, Robert Braggs making the tackle. And a loss of 1 on first down for Alderson Broadus. Battlers up now to about a grand 5 yards of total offense today. 3 receivers to the far side. Inside 2 minutes left in the quarter. Low snap. Picked up off the turf by Gardner, rolling out right. Army balls down, throws it deep right, has Barber, and he dropped it. Barber was wide open at the Army 40-yard line, and I guess he was open as he's already taken off his helmet in frustration. He had maybe room for more. It was a great route by Barber. Got behind the defensive backs. Nice play by Gardner as well to escape the rush. But Barber could not hold on. Another low snapper, throwing deep over the middle, and that one to an empty patch of turf high of the Army 33-yard line. So another fourth down, and Alderson Broadus will bring out the punt team another failed third. They are 0 for 11 now today on third downs. They have had some opportunities on offense. Missed catches, missed opportunities. Might not change the ultimate result in this game. You would figure would have helped with the window dressing. Almost a blunt. Great effort coming in there from James Windsor. And a fair catch for by Kobe Simeon at the Army 43-yard line. That's where the Black will take over. Minute 13 to go, the third quarter. Army outgaining Alderson Broadus by 70 yards. Seth Brown back under center for the Black Knight. Army on a couple of touchdown drives. He was originally listed as a run on Army's roster a couple of years ago when he was a freshman. As a quarterback, dual threat kind of man. Handoff right for Belleville. They miss out near midfield. Good chunk of yards for Belleville down. That's been always one of the strong points for this Army offense. Has been their ability to run the football. And they did to succeed through the air. Mentioned earlier, one of the first snaps, Siegel went down for Army. A lot of players who've been hurt have returned to the game. Siegel is up along the right sideline. That's right around where Belleville was just run out on Alderson Broadus' side of midfield. First down for Army to the 46-yard line. Belleville around 50 yards running today. Second Army ball carrier to clip us rushing yards. Army still going with a fast tempo, trying to get their backup some crucial experience for when they're the first team starters. Running left and shoved out of bounds shy of the 40-yard. Ethan Codalupi was the closest ball carrier. A second down for Army at the 1. 5 yards to go for the first down. And that will bring into the third. Army still in fervent control. It is 56-0. Black Knights over the Battlers of Alderson Broadus on Go Army West Point. I'm on YouTube.
Attention veterans. You can shop tax-free for life. Come home to your military exchanges for tax-free shopping, exclusive pricing, and free shipping options. 100% of earnings go back to military communities, keeping today's military ready and resilient. You served. You sacrificed. You earned this benefit. Visit shopmyexchange.com/vets to shop and save today.
Here you go.
Back here on YouTube, timeout for the quarter.
But you're not in the
Completed
military.
pass by Seth Brown. Army will have first down
Everything?
at
Groceries?
the 30-yard line of Alderson Brown. A keeper almost cut it out to the near side, and a great tackle in from the second level by Christopher Ashton Bryant.
Experience the power of
Gifted
Cash
a
Rewards with up to
freshman
2%
from
back on every
Atlanta.
purchase.
Actually from
no
Athens,
pictures.
Georgia.
Whether you're in uniform or not.
AT at the start with the Georgia name, you immediately go to Atlanta. Guess that's the part of being in
Promises
Northern.
of trust not to be broken.
Running left on the QB keeper
Whether
is
spoken with an
Brown.
oath
Near the 20-yard line. Should be enough for another Army
or
first
sealed
down,
with
and
a pinky.
indeed
1922,
56-0 Army here early in this fourth quarter. Black Knights now over 400 yards of total on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Justin Rock with you. Hope you're having a gorgeous wherever you are. Brown to the air over the head of Kobe Simeon. Just what would have been his first career touchdown pass. He's already ran it 2 in today. That's going to be, I think, one of the big things for Army, developing Brown as a thrower. In addition to a passer, we mentioned he was a running back on the roster as a freshman here at West Point. But has shown off some pretty adept quarterbacking skills here today. Justin Fitzgerald, normally the backup, has the headset on, helping out his fellow QB as Bruning's on the carry, still going and wrapped down just at about the 10-yard line. And maybe, and indeed it will be, another West Point first down. Fourth string running back DeAndre Brunings is getting runs like that. You know you're blocking well. Talent at the skill positions. Part of that, the offensive line. The tail end is getting it done, as this time the Alderson Broadus defense able to get Pettit Dylan Knight in the backfield yet again. And 6 tackles last. Able to wrap up in the backfield there. Second down and goal for Army at 14. A little more than 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth quarter. Brown in shotgun, 3 receivers to the near side. Army a 50-0 lead. Brown snap, keeping it himself. Lowers the shoulder. Maneuvers inside the 10-yard line. About a 6-yard carry for Brown there. Brown now over 50 yards rushing today. Third Army player clips the 50-yard plateau on the ground. It's also 4 of 7 in the air for 32 yards. More importantly, Army was picked off twice last on the road against Alderson Broadus, even in a 54-0 win. And Army, I think, is going to try him out. Mark West looked like he was motioning for a timeout. It was just a hands to the play. Watson, rather, throwing over the middle. Brown and making the catch. End zone, a West Point touchdown. He got crunched at the last second. I believe that was Caleb Irwin who came down with it for a touchdown. No, it was Bryson Wertz. The first career touchdown pass for Seth Brown. The first career touchdown catch for Bryson Wertz. His first of the game, and Army takes a 62-0 lead. 11:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. And Abercrombie's extra point up and good. Welcome to the game, Bryson Wertz. On a play-action play, Seth Brown hit him over the middle. He got crunched in the end zone. But Brown, his first touchdown pass through the air, is 3rd overall today. The first catch of the game, the first touchdown catch of the career of Bryson Wertz. And Army a 63-0 lead. Army has now outscored Alderson Broadus the last 2 years, the first 2 meetings all time between these two schools. Right now, the all-time score, 117-0. You see the exuberance from the Army bench. A lot of firsts here today. Saw Matthew Tilley, his first career catch. Cody Lomanak, his first career touchdown catch. And now Seth Brown, his first touchdown pass, and the first touchdown catch for Bryson Wertz. Also the first career catch for Moses Jackson here in the second half. Getting that confidence in as this ball will, wow, what a break for Army as it ricochets off of Baxter and out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. Baxter, I think, was trying to play that one to let it roll out to get the penalty and the good field position. But sort of a Murphy's Law kind of day for the Battlers as that ball grazed off the chest of number 25's jersey. And the Battlers will have first down and 10, not even inside their own 20 at their own 14-yard line. 11:50 to go. Army 29 first downs to Alderson Broadus' 3, all 3 Battler first downs via Army penalties. Whistle coming in. One of the rear officials. Might have been something with the clock. But Isaiah Gardiner will stay under center. Just 1 of 6 through the air in the second half. Has not thrown for any yards, though. As a handoff up the middle, and another collection of bodies brings that running play to an immediate halt. To be Hopper Jr., the ball carrier there. At 9 carries, only ran for 6 yards last year. Hopper today officially down at 6 carries for negative 52 yards. And a lot of that having to do with the fumble recovery by Gelati. Gardner back to pass. In shotgun, deep down the left sideline, looking for Baxter. He's got him. First down, Alderson Broadus out across the arm, or rather their own 45-yard line. Actually marked a yard short at the 44. And the Battlers have their first offensive first down of the game with 10:59 to go in the fourth quarter. Second completed pass for Isaiah Gardner. And the fourth completion out of 8 total today to Blake Baxter. He needs some help. He entered play today, top 6 in the league in receiving yards, and he has showed his skill set under the daylight today. Handoff up the middle for Hopper. And again, nowhere to move. Clay Earp, one of the men there for the stop. Will be second down and 9. Under 10.5 to go here at Michie Stadium. 2:15 here in the East. Justin Rock with you here from West Point, New York. Black Knights about 10 minutes away from a 3-1 record. Alderson Broadus in danger of dropping to 1-3. Gardner in shotgun. Back to pass, quick snap throw right, and there were 2 bodies in the same area. Blake Baxter was running a slant pattern over the middle, and it looked like Caden Sanders was out in the flat to the near side. And it sort of, I don't know if it hit off one of them or hit off both of them. May have been a hand on it for James Carswell instead. Nice play by the Army D lineman. Third down and 9 at the 45-yard line. 3 receivers lined up to the near side. Gardner drops back, quick throw over the middle, looking for Baxter, incomplete. Beautiful defensive play by the Black Knights. Christian Bolt played his first career game against Penn last week. Able to come up with the pass breakup on third down. And Alderson Broadus will punt it away yet again. That was all Bolt. Reading that pass even better than the wide receiver. So, another punt, the 10th of the game for Alderson Broadus here with 9:46 to go. Thought I saw Justin Fitzgerald warming up on the sideline before. He's got a helmet on right now. So after Seth Brown just threw his first career touchdown pass, maybe Fitzgerald to take over under center for the remainder of the fourth as Kobe Simeon on the return beyond the 30. And spilled at about the 32-yard line. That's where Army will start their drive. Inside their own territory. And a great offensive day for the Black Knights. 432 yards of total offense to 36 for Alderson Broadus. And it will be indeed Justin Fitzgerald who takes over under center for the Black Knights. Fitzgerald, Maryland kid, 8 of 13 through the air this year. And Fitzgerald going to keep it himself on the ground, sprinting up the middle near the 40-yard line, a few yards shy of the first down. Nice run for Fitzgerald. Just his 7th carry of the season. And the multifaceted player, also the team's punter. Creates second down and 3. Army over 200 yards on the ground today. Flings it out right, and a great tackle by Smiley. Clamoring Sean McGowan quickly. Second career reception for McGowan. But nowhere to go. It's third down and short. Ball at the 40. Need to get to about the 42.5. 3 receivers to the near side. Inside 9 minutes to play. One man to Fitzgerald's left, takes the snap, throwing left, and that one a grounder. Looking for Bryson Wentz again, led him too much. And Army will go 3 and out on Fitzgerald's first drive at the helm. So Fitzgerald, after playing quarterback on that drive, will not be tasked to punt it away. As a matter of fact, it'll be one of the offensive linemen, Zachary Shaver, who will let it fly. Out of Salado High School in Texas, was high school teammates with defensive back Caleb Self. Haven't seen him so far today. And a high punt. Nobody back to receive for Alderson Broadus. They sent the kitchen counter at him. And a nice punt from Zachary Shaver. His first career punt down inside the 15-yard line of the 14. Backup punter with first team leg. And a great punt for Shaver, pinning Alderson Broadus back inside their own 20-yard line. Officially a 46-yard punt for Shaver, and sometimes in the CSFL you get some long punts like that are aided by rolls. That was just as much the leg of Shaver as it was the bounce after the fact with no one back to receive. Gardiner staying under center for the Battlers with 8:20 to go. They hand it off up the middle, squirting through traffic. On the play is Jamal Sims, his first carry of the day. Made his way out to West Virginia and Alderson Broadus after his high school career in Seattle, Washington. Long ways from home. Three receivers set. One man to the right. Handoff up the middle again for Sims. Now breaks it out to the left. Out beyond the 20-yard line. And very close to the first down marker. To be Matthew Stuber in the area for the stop. The 3rd down and 1. On the 23-yard line. "57 yards of total offense for Alderson Broadus after halftime. We're in the negatives in the first half. They pitch it out to the left, and Sims trying to pinball his way forward. And he will be short of the first down marker. Army's defense forcing yet another 4th down and short. Alderson Broadus 0 of 12 on 3rd down, 0 of 1 on 4th down today. And with 4th and short and 6:40 to play, Matt Parati is just going to bring out the punt unit. Trying to keep Army away from what could be one of their biggest point totals of the year. Scored 72 against Cornell in the opener. Don't know if they'll get an extra 10 points to set a new season high. Is this a line drive punt fielded over the shoulder by Simeon? Trying to get outside of the 40. A flag is thrown from the far end of the field. Simeon finally brought down at about the 47. Well, this coming from the far judge has a legal block in the back written all over it. They'll mark off the penalty. Certainly looks like that's what the call was. Never saw a hand signal from the officials designating what the penalty was. But Army will instead start their drive at the 32 instead of the 47. So a 15-yard block in the back penalty against the Black Knights on the punt return. Justin Fitzgerald back to the office. And he will whip it out to the left side. Bryson Wirtz, his 2nd catch of the day, 3rd target. And he spun down beyond the 40 near the first down marker. And he'll pick up a West Point first down. Bryson Wirtz making some nice plays here in the 4th quarter. Talented young freshman wide receiver from Bridgeton Academy in Kentucky. 3 receivers bunch the near side. Fitzgerald on the QB keeper. Just plows ahead beyond the 45. Look to be Austin Bradley. Switches between the offensive and defensive lines for Alderson Broadus making the tackle. A second down from the 45. Need to get to the Alderson Broadus 47 for a first. So second down and 8. Fitzgerald pitching it left to Brunings. Trying to get inside, cross midfield. Brought down from behind by Zachary Allison. So Army will have third down in about 2 from the AB 49-yard line. Mention Alderson Broadus will stay on the road next week. They'll be at Mansfield a week from today. 4 o'clock start on the road. Fitzgerald, soft toss to the left side, and Warrants whipped out of bounds by Cotalupi. And it'll be 4th down and 2 for the Black Knights. No gain on the pass play. Looks like Mark West will keep the offense on the field here on 4th down and short from just beyond midfield. Officials will reset the play clock. Fitzgerald takes the snap, going to keep it himself, and he's going to lead himself ahead for the first down. Broke away, running right now beyond the 40, and smashed down at about the 39. Great run for Justin Fitzgerald. And Army converts their second 4th down today. 3.5 now to go here at Michie Stadium. Fitzgerald, not necessarily known for his speed, but was able to bounce off Bradley before Monpas finally wrapped him up. Brunings moving left. Back to maybe the line of scrimmage, a yard further, that's all. It'll be second down upcoming for the Black Knights. Army a 63-0 lead. Outgaining the Battlers so far today, 453. Actually now 448 to 45. Second down and 9. Inside 3 minutes left. 3 receivers bunched to the near side. Fitzgerald fakes the pass, ends up handing it off to Brunings. Couldn't get around the block from McGowan. And wrapped up at the 35-yard line. Should be third down and about 5 to go. Brunings with his 5th carry of the day. Another 4 receivers set for the Black Knights. A lot of different looks from similar formations. Now with 2 minutes to go here at Michie Stadium, Fitzgerald another pitch to Brunings, and he is brought down from behind. Great tackle once again, this time by Brendan Dugan, sophomore from Vegas, West Virginia. And it'll be 4th down and 5 for Army with 1:45 to go. Reminder coming up about 90 minutes from now over at Gillis Fieldhouse on ESPN+. Army volleyball against Loyola as they look to sweep the weekend. Looking to stay in a mathematical tie atop the Patriot League standings. We'll have the coverage for you coming up momentarily from Gillis as Fitzgerald throws it back the other side of the field, and Kobe Simeon on 4th and short. And he'll be brought down about 2 yards shy of the marker. First time Army has failed to convert on 4th down today. And Alderson Broadus will take over on downs with 71 seconds to go. And if you're Mark West, got to be happy with your team's effort. 9 penalties today, probably the only blemish. They've outgained their opponent by nearly 400 yards. Once again, looking to stay unbeaten and without allowing a point through their first 2 home games of the season. 135 total points for Army through the first nearly 2 full games. Deep feed for Barber down the left sideline. had two defenders around him but overshot him at second down. Timeout taken by Alderson Broadus. After the play, so that incomplete pass will count. Timeout taken by the Battlers with 1:05 to go. They have one timeout remaining. And Alderson Broadus needed to get it done through the air today, and Army's pass defense up to the challenge. Battlers have completed just 8 passes out of 26 total attempts for 64 yards. And hasn't been much better on the ground. Negative 19 team rushing yards. Officially on the afternoon. .105 to go, second down at about the 32. 4 receivers, 2 to either side. Handoff up the middle. And up the middle goes Jamal Sims. Brought down at about the 35. Actually marked down maybe an inch short. Now with 45 seconds to go, it's 3rd down and 8. Army on the verge of 3-1 in the CSFL. Alderson Broadus about a play away from dropping to 1-3. They'll have 3rd down and 8. This could conceivably be the final play of the game. Play clock won't have to reset. Won't expire before the next play is run. A QB keeper for Gardner. Running left, brought down. To be James Windsor. Maybe actually rather Robert Bragg's on the tackle. And that will be the final play of the afternoon. Army West Point has played 2 home games in the 2022 CSFL season. They have yet to give up a point in 8 quarters of action. Your final score from Mikey Stadium today, the Army West Point Black Knights 63 and the Alderson Broadus University Battlers nothing. Army West Point with a dominant performance top to bottom here today. The offense was sublime. Over 440 yards of total offense. Alderson Broadus limited to under 50 yards of total offense today. We saw a lot of firsts here this afternoon. Gelati with a fumble recovery for a touchdown. First touchdown pass in the career of Seth Brown. First touchdown catches for Bryson Wirtz and Cody Lomanak. Also had the first career catch for Moses Jackson. So many heroes here today for the Black Knights on both ends of the ball, even on a day where Army did not record a sack. Normally their calling card on defense. They still put together a magnificent performance here at Mikey Stadium. Not their normal home field, normally usually playing over at Shea Stadium, adjacent to where Army volleyball will take place in a matter of moments. But before we say goodbye here on this Saturday afternoon, we will keep it right here at Mikey Stadium, as they do after every football game, sprint or otherwise, for the playing of the West Point alma mater. Waiting for everybody to get over there before the tones will ring out. Keep it right here for the alma mater. The great scene here at Michie Stadium, Army Sprint Football getting a chance to play in front of a big crowd, and they delivered an incredible show, a 63-0 victory. For our producer, Michael McCartney, our folks behind the scenes, including Amaya McDonald and Catherine Gray, I'm Justin Rock saying so long from West Point and Michie Stadium as Army knocks off Alderson Broadus by a final of 63-0. We hope to have you with us again coming up in 2 weeks. Our next home broadcast will be against Mansfield on October the 21st at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. That will be a Friday. Have a wonderful afternoon. I'm Justin Rock saying so long from West Point, where the Black Knights win it 63-0. You've been watching on GoArmyWestPoint.com and YouTube.